Have you ever felt stuck? Like no matter how hard you try, you just can't seem to move forward? Maybe you've tried to break free from self-doubt or procrastination, but the cycle just keeps repeating. You're not alone. Many people face this exact struggle, but here's the truth. What you're going through right now doesn't have to be the story of your life. You don't have to stay stuck. Today is the day to take control. I'm here to show you a path out of the cycle, a way to break free from the habits that have been holding you back. We're not just talking about small changes, we're talking about transforming your life by killing the habits that are quietly stealing your future. These habits aren't just slowing you down, they're erasing the potential that's inside of you. But here's the good news. You can take back control starting right now. In this speech, I'm going to show you exactly what's standing in your way, why these habits are sabotaging your life, and how you can break free for good. By the end, you'll see a clear path to the success and happiness you've been waiting for. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear could change your life forever. Have you ever found yourself staring at a task you know you should do, but somehow can't bring yourself to get started? You tell yourself, I'll do it later, but that later never seems to come. You may not realize it, but you're caught in the silent trap of procrastination. It's easy to ignore because it feels comfortable. It's not like a loud voice screaming at you to stop, but instead it's a whisper telling you, it's okay, you can do this later. But here's the truth, that little later is quietly stealing your future. It's draining your potential, delaying your dreams, and robbing you of your ability to move forward. The comfort of procrastination is exactly what keeps you stuck. But today, right now, you have the power to change that. I'm going to help you break free from procrastination once and for all, and show you how small actions today can lead to massive success tomorrow. Procrastination is sneaky. It doesn't announce itself like a loud, obvious enemy. No, it comes in a more subtle way. It convinces you that putting things off is no big deal. It wraps itself in the comfort of later, and I'll do it tomorrow. But that's exactly what makes it dangerous. Every time you delay, you're making a choice to let your future slip further away. The things you put off today, the emails, the meetings, the workouts, the projects are all stacking up. You feel the weight, but you think it's manageable, but it's not. That comfort is a lie. The longer you wait, the harder it gets to move forward. You've got to break the illusion that procrastination is ever comfortable. In fact, it's the biggest thief of your time and potential. Let me ask you, how many times have you promised yourself to start tomorrow, only to find that tomorrow feels just as far away as it did yesterday? It's time to face the reality. The longer you delay, the more difficult it becomes to take action, and the less likely you are to make real progress in your life. Every day you choose to wait, you're losing something important. Every day you put off making that tough call, finishing that project, or starting that new habit, you're handing your future over to inaction. And the worst part, you don't realize what you're losing until it's too late. Think about it. How many opportunities have slipped through your fingers because you thought you'd have more time later? The chance to get ahead in your career, to learn a new skill, to start a new relationship or business. Every day you delay is like letting your future rot in the soil of indecision. Maybe you've seen someone else take the leap that you've been waiting to make, and now they're moving forward while you're stuck in the same place. That's what procrastination does. It traps you in a cycle of not now that steals your chances. You'll wake up one day, years from now, wondering why you're still in the same spot. Don't let that happen to you. The price of delay is too high, and the cost is your dreams. Procrastination doesn't just affect your today, it steals your tomorrow. It chips away at your long-term success, one delayed action at a time. The bigger the dreams, the greater the toll. Every time you avoid something important, you're building a mountain of tasks, missed deadlines, and unfulfilled potential. You're eroding the trust you have in yourself and your ability to get things done. And let's talk about the emotional toll. How does procrastination make you feel? Guilt? Stress? That constant sense of being behind, of never really catching up? You're walking around with that weight on your shoulders. It wears you down day after day. But it's more than just a weight, it's an anchor that holds you back from moving forward. The missed opportunities pile up. The moment you could have said yes to a new chance, the day you could have made a decision that changed everything, it's all slipping away. And the hardest part? The guilt. The why didn't I just do this? That nags at you every night. Let me tell you something. Procrastination steals more than just time. It steals your peace of mind, your self-esteem, and your belief in yourself. If you don't control this, it will control you. So how do you stop this cycle? How do you break free from procrastination and start moving forward? The answer is simple, though not always easy. Take action. Start now, even if it's just for 5 minutes. That's all it takes to break the chains. 5 minutes of focused effort is better than hours of wishful thinking. One powerful way to fight procrastination is by breaking tasks down into smaller, manageable steps. When you face a huge project, it can feel overwhelming, but if you break it into tiny chunks, one step at a time, you can make progress without feeling paralyzed. Start with the smallest thing, the simplest task, the one thing that you can complete today. And here's the secret, that small step will lead to the next one. The action you take today creates momentum, and momentum is the cure for procrastination. Each small win will build your confidence, and before you know it, you'll be on a roll. You won't even recognize the person who kept putting things off. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is now. Start small, but start. Because as long as you keep moving, you're going to get where you want to go. Have you ever found yourself stuck in the endless cycle of trying to get everything just right? You keep delaying your projects, your ideas, your goals, because you're waiting for that perfect moment, that perfect plan, that perfect solution? Let me tell you something, this is not the path to success. In fact, it's the very thing keeping you from it. Perfectionism might look like a badge of honor, a commitment to doing your best, but in reality, it's a trap. It's stopping you from moving forward, holding you back with the illusion that everything has to be perfect before you can act. But I'm here to tell you, perfection is not your friend, progress is. Today we're going to break free from this hidden barrier to success. I'll show you how to overcome the fear of failure, how to let go of the need for perfection, and how to start moving forward with what you have right now. Let's begin. Perfectionism is a silent thief. It disguises itself as a desire to do things right, to do them well. It tells you if you just get this one thing perfect, everything will fall into place. But here's the truth. Perfectionism doesn't drive success. It stops it, it paralyzes you, it makes you endlessly tweak, revise, and adjust, all in the name of getting it right. And what happens when you do that? You never finish. You never move forward. You never release that project or take that first step. Because in the world of perfectionism, there's always one more thing to improve, one more detail to perfect, one more moment to wait for, and all that time you're waiting for the perfect moment, it's time lost, time you'll never get back. Perfectionism doesn't just delay action, it stops it completely. It tricks you into believing that nothing is ever good enough. But let me tell you something, done is better than perfect. You can always adjust, improve, and learn, but only if you take that first step. Here's the painful truth. While you're waiting for everything to be perfect, life is moving on. Opportunities are slipping through your fingers, deadlines are passing you by, and you're left wondering what happened. You're stuck in the loop of not good enough while the world around you keeps moving forward. Ask yourself, how much longer are you going to let the fear of failure stop you from moving forward? Every time you delay, you lose out on experience, growth, and results. Perfectionism might feel like a way to avoid mistakes, but what you're really doing is avoiding progress. I can promise you this: waiting for the perfect moment means you will never take action. The moment will never come. You'll end up looking back years from now, asking yourself why you never got started, why you never took that chance. Perfectionism is the enemy of opportunity. It keeps you stuck in one place while everyone else is moving ahead. Perfectionism promises you success, but it only delivers frustration. It's like a shiny, tempting bait, drawing you in with the illusion that once you get everything just right, you'll be ready to conquer the world. But what really happens when you chase perfection? You end up frustrated. You end up self-sabotaging, because perfection doesn't exist. The more you chase it, the more elusive it becomes. And all the while, you're wasting time that could be spent learning, growing, and improving. Waiting for the perfect moment keeps you stuck in the same spot. It keeps you in a constant state of not yet. It convinces you that if you can just get it exactly right, everything will work out. But here's the harsh truth. That moment will never come. You'll keep adjusting, revising, planning, but the window for action will close. You'll look back wondering why you didn't take the leap when you had the chance. The perfect moment doesn't exist. The only moment that matters is the one you're in right now. You'll never get it all right, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't try. What matters is that you start, that you take action, even if it's messy, even if it's imperfect, because perfectionism keeps you stuck. It's time to break free from its grip. So how do you break free from the trap of perfectionism? The answer is simple. Embrace good enough. Stop waiting for everything to be perfect. You'll never finish anything if you don't. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. It's about taking that first step, then the next one, and the one after that. It's about moving forward with what you have, and trusting that you'll figure it out as you go. The key is to finish what you start. Perfectionists often have a lot of ideas, but they struggle to bring them to completion because they're too focused on making them flawless. That's where progress trumps perfection. Set small, achievable goals. Do something today, no matter how small, that gets you closer to your bigger goal. Don't get caught up in the idea that it has to be perfect. It doesn't. The mistakes you make along the way are just as valuable as the successes. In fact, they're more valuable because they teach you lessons you can't get from sitting on the sidelines. Take action. And when you make a mistake, don't stop. Don't beat yourself up. Learn from it. Use it to improve. Perfectionism won't get you there, but good enough will move you forward. And that's how you get to where you want to go. So stop waiting. Start now. Take imperfect action. Because progress is what counts. The rest will follow. Have you ever felt like you're constantly trying to make everyone happy? only to find yourself drained and lost in the process. How much of your life is being run by the desires of others, instead of your own vision? It's easy to get caught up in the need to please, to say yes to every request, to sacrifice your time, your energy, your goals, just to keep the peace. But let me ask you, at what cost? The truth is, people-pleasing doesn't just waste your energy, it drains your potential. It keeps you from living your truth and pursuing what you truly want. Today we're going to change that. I'm going to show you how breaking free from the cycle of saying yes all the time can give you back control of your life. This isn't just about learning how to say no. It's about creating space for yourself, for your dreams, and for the future you want to build. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear can transform the way you approach your relationships in your life. Let me tell you something, constantly saying yes to everyone around you is like pouring your energy into a bucket with a hole in it. The more you give, the emptier you feel, and the more drained you become. You keep giving and giving, thinking that by saying yes you're being kind, generous, and helpful. But the truth is, every time you say yes to something that doesn't align with your goals or your well-being, you say no to yourself. You're ignoring your own needs and desires. And before you know it, you're running on empty. Your time, your focus, your health. These things are precious. When you give too much of yourself to others, you lose sight of your own direction. How much of your life is being run by the desires of others, instead of your own vision? That's the real cost of people-pleasing. It steals your time, your energy, and your dreams, leaving you with nothing to show for it but exhaustion and regret. It's time to stop this cycle and take control back. Every time you put someone else's needs ahead of your own, you're delaying your success. You're letting other people's priorities take over your life, pushing aside your own goals, your own dreams. It's like you're building someone else's future while neglecting your own. This may feel good in the short term. People may appreciate you, they may acknowledge your efforts, but in the long run, it's a recipe for burnout. You can't pour from an empty cup. If you're constantly giving without refilling, you will eventually have nothing left to give, and that's when everything starts to break down. Your health, your focus, and your ambitions will all start to suffer. And the worst part? You're not moving any closer to your own goals. You're stuck in a cycle of pleasing, and while everyone else's needs get met, your dreams keep slipping further away. It's time to stop sacrificing your future for someone else's present. Saying yes to everything isn't just exhausting, it's a direct path to unfulfilled dreams. Think about it, every time you say yes to something that doesn't align with your goals, you're saying no to your future. You're pushing aside your own ambitions, your growth, your progress just to maintain the peace in the moment. But let me tell you something, this isn't how you build a future. This is how you build resentment and regret. Every time you say yes to someone else's request, you're not investing in your own future. You're not moving closer to the things that matter most to you. Instead, you're losing time, energy, and focus that you could be putting into what truly matters. And over time, this leads to burnout. Your dreams become a distant memory, buried beneath the weight of all the obligations you've taken on for others. You can't keep running on fumes. You can't keep sacrificing your future for someone else's present. The only way to move forward is to start saying no to what doesn't serve you. Now here's the good news, you can take control back. The power to change your life lies in your ability to say no. You see, when you say no to something that doesn't align with your goals, you're not being selfish. You're being smart. You're protecting your time, your energy, and your dreams. You're saying yes to your future. And that's what matters. Saying no doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you a person who values their own life, their own direction, and their own well-being. It's time to set boundaries and start living according to your priorities. Imagine this, every time you say no, you create space for something that truly matters. You create space for your own dreams, your own growth. Saying no doesn't mean you're rejecting people, it means you're saying yes to yourself. And when you start saying yes to your own future, everything else falls into place. So let me ask you again, how much longer are you going to let others control your life? The power is in your hands. It's time to start saying no, and start saying yes to what truly matters. Have you ever caught yourself thinking, I'm not good enough, or this is impossible? That voice in your head constantly feeding you doubt, fear, and criticism, how often does it hold you back? Imagine what could happen if you could turn that voice around. If instead of dragging you down, it lifted you up. You see, the words you tell yourself every day shape your reality. If you're telling yourself you can't do something, you're building a future of limitations. But if you start telling yourself you can, you start creating a future of possibilities. It's not just about push your dreams, leaving you with nothing to show for it but exhaustion and regret. It's time to stop this cycle and take control back. Every time you put someone else's needs ahead of your own, you're delaying your success. You're letting other people's priorities take over your life, pushing aside your own goals, your own dreams. It's like you're building someone else's future while neglecting your own. This may feel good in the short term. People may appreciate you, they may acknowledge your efforts, but in the long run, it's a recipe for burnout. You can't pour from an empty cup. If you're constantly giving without refilling, you will eventually have nothing left to give, and that's when everything starts to break down. Your health, your focus, and your ambitions will all start to suffer. And the worst part, you're not moving any closer to your own goals. You're stuck in a cycle of pleasing, and while everyone else's needs get met, your dreams keep slipping further away. It's time to stop sacrificing your future for someone else's present. Saying yes to everything isn't just exhausting, it's a direct path to unfulfilled dreams. Think about it. Every time you say yes to something that doesn't align with your goals, you're saying no to your future. You're pushing aside your own ambitions, your growth, your progress, just to maintain the peace in the moment. But let me tell you something, this isn't how you build a future. This is how you build resentment and regret. Every time you say yes to someone else's request, you're not investing in your own future. You're not moving closer to the things that matter most to you. Instead, you're losing time, energy, and focus that you could be putting into what truly matters. And over time, this leads to burnout. Your dreams become a distant memory, buried beneath the weight of all the obligations you've taken on for others. You can't keep running on fumes. You can't keep sacrificing your future for someone else's present. The only way to move forward is to start saying no to what doesn't serve you. Now here's the good news, you can take control back. The power to change your life lies in your ability to say no. You see, when you say no to something that doesn't align with your goals, you're not being selfish. You're being smart. You're protecting your time, your energy, and your dreams. You're saying yes to your future, and that's what matters. Saying no doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you a person who values their own life, their own direction, and their own well-being. It's time to set boundaries and start living according to your priorities. Imagine this: every time you say no, you create space for something that truly matters. You create space for your own dreams, your own growth. Saying no doesn't mean you're rejecting people. It means you're saying yes to yourself. And when you start saying yes to your own future, everything else falls into place. So let me ask you again, how much longer are you going to let others control your life? The power is in your hands. It's time to start saying no and start saying yes to what truly matters. Have you ever caught yourself thinking, I'm not good enough, or this is impossible? That voice in your head constantly feeding you doubt, fear, and criticism. How often does it hold you back? Imagine what could happen if you could turn that voice around, if instead of dragging you down, it lifted you up. You see, the words you tell yourself every day shape your reality. If you're telling yourself you can't do something, you're building a future of limitations. But if you start telling yourself you can, you start creating a future of possibilities. It's not just about wishful thinking, it's about taking control of your mind, because your thoughts have real power. Today, I'm going to show you how to break free from the prison of negative self-talk. This isn't some abstract concept, it's a real, actionable shift that will change your life. Stick with me, what you're about to hear could be the key to unlocking your true potential. Let me tell you something, the voice inside your head is more powerful than you realize. What are you telling yourself every day? Is it lifting you up or dragging you down? Think about it. Every thought, every word you speak to yourself shapes the person you become. If you're constantly telling yourself that you're not enough, that you'll never succeed, you're laying the foundation for failure. Your mind will believe whatever you tell it, whether it's positive or negative. If you're telling yourself that you can't do something, your mind will find every reason why it's true. But if you start telling yourself that you can, your mind will start finding ways to make it happen. This is not some motivational fluff. This is a fundamental truth of how human beings work. Your thoughts become your reality. If you want to change your life, you need to change your inner dialogue. Here's the problem with negativity. It creates self-doubt and stops you from moving forward. Think about your thoughts like the soil in which your future grows. If you plant seeds of negativity, if you constantly doubt yourself and tell yourself you're not good enough, that's the crop you'll harvest. You'll find failure, frustration, and stagnation. But if you plant seeds of positivity, self-belief, and confidence, you'll begin to see growth. Your thoughts are the foundation of everything you do. If you're telling yourself you can't, you won't even try. If you're telling yourself you're not smart enough, you won't take the necessary risks to grow. And every day you stay stuck in that mindset, you're robbing yourself of potential. You can't expect to succeed if your thoughts are constantly holding you back. So ask yourself, what are you planting in your mind? Are you setting yourself up for success, or are you growing a garden of self-doubt and failure? Let's look at two people. One believes in their ability to succeed. They may not have all the answers, but they're confident that they can figure things out. They see challenges as opportunities to learn and grow. Now look at the other person. They don't believe in themselves. Every setback feels like confirmation that they're not good enough. They're too afraid to take risks because they expect failure. Do you see the difference? The person who believes in themselves takes action, learns from mistakes, and grows stronger with each step. The person who doubts themselves stays stuck, paralyzed by fear and insecurity. Negative self-talk doesn't just slow you down, It stops you in your tracks. If you keep telling yourself that you can't succeed, you'll never give yourself the chance to prove otherwise. The key to success is believing that you can, and taking action based on that belief. Here's the good news. You can change your inner dialogue. You don't have to stay trapped in negative thoughts. You have the power to reprogram your mind. Start by practicing positive affirmations every day. When that voice inside you says, "You're not good enough," respond with, "I am enough and I am capable of success." When it says, "This is too hard," counter with, "I can handle this." Every challenge is an opportunity to grow. It might feel awkward at first, but don't stop. The more you repeat these positive affirmations, the more your mind will start to believe them. You are not a prisoner to your thoughts. You can change them. So right now, I want you to make a commitment. The next time you hear that negative voice in your head, immediately replace it with something positive. It doesn't matter how small the change is, just start. Every time you practice this, you're rewiring your brain to see possibilities, not limitations. It's time to stop being a prisoner of negative self-talk and start being the architect of your own success. How many times have you found yourself doing a million things at once, feeling like you're hustling and grinding, but getting nowhere? You're exhausted, frustrated, but somehow progress seems out of reach. It's a vicious cycle, one that many of us get trapped in. And here's the truth, the idea of multitasking is a lie. It's not helping you, it's hindering your success. Today, I want to break down why you've been misled and show you the real way forward. This isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter, and it starts with focusing on the right things. You can't keep spreading yourself thin, expecting greatness to emerge from chaos. The power to achieve success lies in your ability to concentrate, prioritize, and eliminate distractions. I'm going to share with you simple, actionable steps that will change the way you approach your work and in turn change your results. So stay with me, what you're about to learn could be the game changer you've been searching for. Let me ask you something, how often are you doing a million things at once and still getting nowhere? We've all been there, juggling emails, meetings, social media, and personal tasks, thinking we're being productive. But here's the thing, multitasking doesn't work. It's a myth. You might feel like you're making progress, but in reality, your brain is being stretched thin, jumping from one task to the next. The result? Everything you're working on suffers. Your focus is divided and the quality of your work decreases. Studies show that when we try to multitask, we don't actually get more done. We simply take longer to complete each task and we make more mistakes. If you want to be successful, you need to stop trying to do everything at once and start focusing on one thing at a time. Your time and energy are limited, why waste them on scattered efforts that lead nowhere? When you stop multitasking, you'll actually accomplish more with less effort. Let's talk about focus for a minute. Have you ever been working on something important only to realize an hour has passed and you haven't made much progress? That's because your attention is stretched too thin. You're trying to do too many things at once, and as a result, you're doing none of them well. Think about it this way. A laser focused on a single point can cut through steel, but a flashlight with its light scattered in all directions illuminates nothing. The same applies to your work. When you try to focus on everything at once, you accomplish nothing of value. Your time is spent switching between tasks, never giving your full attention to any one of them. In the end, the results are poor, and your efforts feel wasted. If you want to succeed, you need to focus on one thing at a time and give it everything you've got. When you give your full attention to one task, you'll be amazed at how much you can achieve. Unfocused effort is the silent killer of success. You may be working hard, but if your attention is scattered, your efforts won't get you anywhere. Distractions take you off course. They steal your time, your energy, and your momentum. Every time you check your phone, jump between tasks, or let your mind wander, you lose precious time that could have been spent moving you closer to your goal. And the worst part, it leads to stagnation. You feel busy but not productive. You're stuck in the same place, frustrated and confused about why things aren't moving forward. Let me tell you something. If you don't gain control over your focus, distractions will control you. They will eat away at your potential and keep you from achieving what you want. It's not about how many hours you put in, it's about how you use those hours. If you're wasting time with distractions, you're never going to see the results you're after. Here's the good news. You have the power to change this. You can break free from the cycle of distraction and start mastering focus. It starts with single tasking, giving your full attention to one thing at a time. Now, I know this can be hard at first, especially if you've been used to jumping from task to task. But I want you to try something right now. Pick one task, just one, and give it your full attention for the next 30 minutes. Turn off your phone, close your email, and block out any distractions. Focus completely on that task and give it everything you've got. You'll be amazed at how much you can accomplish in just half an hour. This is the power of focus. Start making it a habit. Set clear priorities. Create time blocks for your most important tasks, and eliminate distractions. Over time, your ability to concentrate will increase, and your productivity will skyrocket. The truth is, when you focus on one thing at a time, your chances of success grow exponentially. So right now, take control of your focus. Stop letting distractions rule your life. Commit to mastering single tasking and watch how your efforts begin to pay off. We've covered a lot today. We've talked about the habits that quietly sabotage your potential. Habits you might not even realize are holding you back. The truth is, most of us fall into these patterns without thinking. But let me be clear, these habits are not harmless. They are destroying your chances for success. You can feel it, can't you? The frustration, the nagging sense that you're stuck. But here's the good news. You don't have to stay trapped in these habits. You have the power to break free and start creating the life you deserve. In this final section, I'm going to remind you of the 5 habits that are standing in your way, why they're so dangerous, and how you can overcome them today. Your future depends on what you do next, so stay with me. What you're about to hear could change the entire trajectory of your life. Let's quickly recap the 5 habits we've discussed. Procrastination, perfectionism, people-pleasing, negative self-talk, and unfocused effort. These habits may seem harmless on the surface, but in reality, they are quietly destroying your future. Procrastination steals your time, making you feel like you're working hard but never moving forward. Perfectionism keeps you stuck in a cycle of not good enough, holding you back from taking action. People-pleasing spreads your energy so thin that you forget your own needs and goals. Negative self-talk traps you in a cycle of doubt and fear, convincing you that you're not capable of achieving anything. And finally, unfocused effort leads you in 1,000 different directions without making real progress. These habits are like anchors, holding you down while the life you want drifts further away. But here's the thing, they can be eliminated. You have the power to kill them, right here, right now. You just need to choose it. The time to act is now. Every second that passes is a second you'll never get back. If you keep waiting for the right time or the perfect moment, you'll be waiting forever. You cannot afford to sit on the sidelines any longer. You cannot afford to keep putting off your dreams. Time is precious and every moment counts. Your future is being shaped by the choices you make today. If you keep letting these habits control your life, you will continue to struggle. But if you decide to take action right now, your future will be different. The habits that have held you back can be changed, but only if you take responsibility for your actions. Don't wait. Don't let another day pass without making a move toward the life you want. The time is now. Your success depends on what you do in this very moment. Let me be crystal clear. These habits will kill your dreams if you let them. You are your greatest asset, and you can't afford to let these destructive habits control you any longer. Your success, your happiness, your future, everything depends on what you do today. It's time to stop making excuses, stop waiting for things to get easier, and start taking action. This is your wake-up call. Your future doesn't have to be defined by procrastination, perfectionism, people-pleasing, negative self-talk, or unfocused effort. You can break free from these chains, but it starts with you, right now. Don't wait for things to change. Make the change. Kill these habits before they kill your dreams. You have the power to shape your future with every choice you make. The habits you cultivate today will determine the life you live tomorrow. Your legacy is being written right now by the decisions you make and the actions you take. So I ask you, what kind of legacy do you want to leave? A legacy of regret, where you look back and wonder what could have been, or a legacy of strength, where you took control of your life and created the success you deserve? The power is in your hands. You are your greatest asset, and everything you need to succeed is within you. Protect your future with every choice you make. Start today. The time to act is now. Make the decision to break free from the habits that are holding you back. Your success is waiting. Go after it with everything you've got.